Yes, what I know is we talk about life hereafter
Right.
or everlasting life. What do we really mean by that?
I really mean by that life in the hereafter.
Yes.
That is what I mean.
Or everlasting life. What do we really mean?
This is what I really mean. I really mean it.
What sort of life is it? What the nature of it?
That is the question, of course. You see, there is a difference between the life and animals and the life of the humans. What is the dividing line? It is not the size of human cranium which decides the issue at all. It's a different thing altogether. The concept of morality is born for the first time in a species of life, which was never born before in the species which outnumber beyond your imagination the humans. The types of species which are spread all over the world are hundreds of thousands and more, and humans are just one. Yet only humans share the concept of morality, while other animals do not. They can decide between right and wrong. If any living species can decide between right and wrong and is not answerable, then this situation will create utter disorder and chaos in the world. You are free to decide to do this or to do that, and yet you are not answerable for your actions. What sort of life it would be and what sort of influence it will have on the other surroundings of such a species. Let me further develop this so that you understand why a life hereafter. Think of any animal species. They act according to instincts. If the lions kill other animals, they do it by instinct. And their instinct tells them to stop killing the moment they are fed. Any small goats and lambs, etc., can play around with them. As long as they are not hungry, they will not kill. Their killing is purposeful. But they will not do anything wrong otherwise, only this much, and they will remain confined to this area. The cows eat grass and vegetables and they cannot kill. So neither the lions are answerable for their bad behavior, if you call it bad, nor the cows are rewarded for their good behavior, if this behavior is good. So live according to their instincts and they never step across them. They do not break the laws which are made for them by nature or by God as we believe. What happened at the time of man, when man was created, divine teachings came along with it. That is why all religious books describe the beginning of man as the beginning of their religion, in fact, while in reality they are two different things. Man came to be born here on earth 250 or 300,000 years ago, and some scientists dispute this, even they go beyond this. But let's agree for a while that Homo sapiens were created around 250,000 years ago, right? And before them, 1 billion years of evolution of animal kingdom preceded. None of them were free to do this or that, but humans became free to do this or that. So if they are free to do either good or bad, or to cross the boundaries of their instincts and begin to behave evilly to others, if there is no concept of concomitant punishment, then what would be the purpose of evolution? The purpose of evolution would be total destruction the moment man is created. The purpose of animal would be, evolution would be negated with the creation of man. If this is the end all of life, then the biggest criminal will find an escape from his answerability at the time of his death. That will be the moment of his ultimate freedom from whatever he has been doing. So there has to be life after death, or life has no purpose. So those who believe in God must also believe in some sort of life after death, so that man is held responsible for whatever he does to himself and to others here on earth. But that cannot be material rebirth. It is impossible for the material rebirth to take place, because man continuously moves on from change to change. A child begins to change and begins to move towards maturity, and every moment of his life, throughout his reaching maturity, he continuously changes, and then after maturity he continues to change. And then he meets with accidents. He can be an ugly person or a beautiful person, a good person or a bad person, and this and that. So which body would be raised? That of a child, or that of an old man with, shall we say, gout or rheumatism, making him absolutely unable to move around, suffering with blindness, suffering with deafness and this and that? Which body would be raised? Evidently one thinks that when you die, you will be raised at that moment. You will be raised in a form which you will possess at the time of death. But most often that is the worst state of your body when you die. So according to Islam, these things are impossible, they are meaningless. Humans will be created again only in spirit. And it is that particular aspect of the life after death which must be brought into the focus of your attention. When we do good deeds, we do create impressions on our soul, as we understand them in religious terminology. But those who deny the existence of God and souls, they too must admit that the personality of man continues to change in accordance with his actions. If there is an evil man, you know him to be evil. His behavior is so different from that of a good person. If there is a liar, you know him to be a liar. If not immediately, after a while, you know that he is a liar. But his true person remains to be a true person. His personality, his behavior is so distinctly different from him, as light is different from darkness. This is the meaning of life after death. Man will create his own hell or heaven. If he is evil, he will give birth to a spirit which is congenitally born ill, which is congenitally ill and born ill as such at the time of its final delivery. So, according to the Quran, it is we who make our hell or heaven ourselves with our deeds here. We create a soul within us, which sometimes is so peaceful that even in suffering, it is at peace with God. Even at suffering, it seeks to improve the quality of human life while the person himself is suffering himself. Yet he tries to share the happiness of others and their discomfort with himself. These are the people who create a heaven for themselves in the hereafter, because the soul which will be delivered would be of this nature. So there is so much else which can be said on this, and I have said it many times, during many question and answer sessions, which I can't be repeated because you remember we have 100 and how many guests? 104 guests, So already I have given you more time than your share. Thank you.
Thank you very much.